Good morning. This is Dylan Jovine from Behind the Markets. I am actually not here in Florida right now. I recorded this video for you before I went to our Ohio office, and I'm hoping I'll be able to record some videos for you while I'm there. But I wanted to record this video before I left, so I shot here in the morning before I caught a plane, and I decided to record this video also. So I want to give big credit to Mitch Daniels, the former governor of Indiana, the former head of the OMB, the Office of Management and Budget under George W. Bush, basically a very sober-minded, fiscally responsible person. And in an editorial this week in an op-ed piece he wrote for the Washington Post, he wrote an op-ed titled, "The Day the Dollar Died is Coming. What's the Plan?" And it is a terrific piece. And he basically is trying to shake the tree, get everybody's attention to this coming apocalypse, basically. As he so elegantly says here, we need a conference. His article basically says, his op-ed says, we need a conference to plan for the day the dollar is no longer the world's reserve currency, because that day is coming. And he is right, and we've been talking about this for over a year. We've been saying this forever. And I'm just going to quote a section. With debts already about to surpass the nation's entire GDP and adding close to $2 trillion more this year, only a dwindling number of denialists doubt that a cataclysmic reckoning, including double-digit damage to America's income growth, lies ahead. It's past time to prepare. What's great about this article is he is saying the way that we are going now, we are going to hit a point where people stop using the dollar as the world's reserve currency because we're printing so much money, adding so much debt that it basically is going to lose the value of dollar. People are going to start looking for alternatives, that we've only been able to use the dollar. The dollar's only been the world's reserve currency up until now because we've managed our affairs pretty well. So that has incentivized people to use the dollar as the world's currency. He says, the day the dollar died is coming. His words, not mine. And that is something I would have written, literally, just like that. So he's warning about this. And what makes his op-ed so unique is that he really talks about the societal upheavals that will come when that happens. People really don't understand what it means to have the dollar as the world's reserve currency. I mean, if people stop using the dollar as the world's reserve currency, the very first domino that's going to fall is bond prices are going to plunge as interest rates spike. So basically, having the dollar as the world's reserve currency means a couple of things. Let's take Mercedes-Benz, for example. Let's say they sell $20 billion of cars in the U.S. Well, let's say they're sitting on a $20 billion profit after selling cars in the U.S. this year. Now, they take, let's say, $10 billion of that back to Germany. They take $5 billion of that and invest it in plants in China or Saudi Arabia or South America. And then they take the other $5 billion and they buy things like U.S. bonds. Well, remember, bond prices and interest rates have a seesaw relationship. So if Mercedes-Benz is buying bonds, pushing the price of bonds high, that keeps interest rates low. So if countries and companies and institutions like Mercedes-Benz stop buying bonds because they don't trust the dollar as the world's reserve currency, basically those buyers are going to leave the market and the price, they're going to go down, the price of the bonds go down, interest rates will start to go up. So basically bond prices will plunge, which means interest rates are going to jump, which means, of course, mortgage rates will jump, which means housing prices will crash. The stock market will crash. Retirement accounts will crash. This is deadly serious business. What he does in his article that is incredibly unique, that I haven't seen it spoken this cogently from such a sober-minded national figure with such a reputation for fiscal responsibility, he's saying, look, it ain't just financial that we got to worry about. This will ravage our society. We've actually got to worry about riots in the street, a change of government perhaps, because again, you got to think about 1930s Germany. I mean, remember, when does a country elect Hitler? It's when they have 25, 30% unemployment. If the US dollar loses its role as the world's reserve currency, we will see unemployment spike. We will see complete tension in the streets. And remember, never forget this. A lot of old conservatives I talk to, they don't like Franklin Delano Roosevelt. They say he was too liberal. He added this program, he added that program. Of course, these are programs that we all rely on to this day. But if you put yourself in FDR's shoes, the population at the time was really fighting for communism. They wanted guaranteed income. They wanted guaranteed Social Security. So FDR was actually trying to protect the country from going communist. So he had to push out all these social programs in the wake of this Great Depression, which basically, if we lost the reserve currency status, we would have another Great Depression. And we all know these young kids today, they have no idea how bad communism is. They would actually try to push for this just like that. So there would be a lot of upheaval, political upheaval in our society if we lose the dollar status as the world's reserve currency. And look, I do not see one major candidate from either party or even minor candidates from either party talking honestly about this problem. And I am talking honestly about this problem because I want to make sure my children inherit a better country than the one I inherited. And I figure that's my generation's responsibility. And I'm sure they're going to want to make sure their children inherit a better country than the one they inherited. Those are going to be my children, grandchildren, who I don't know. Anyway, so I just wanted to talk about this. Thank him for writing such an honest and sober and far-minded piece on the consequences of this. And I hope you take it as seriously as he did and as I do and as you should. Have a good day.